Welcome to episode 9 of Motivating Mondays, a weekly podcast and YouTube series dedicated to help Canadian job developers and other employer engagement professionals develop the tools, resources, expertise, and network to excel in achieving sustainable employment outcomes for their clients and students. My name is Christian St. Cyr, National Director of the Canadian Job Development Network, and today we're talking about new data suggesting that employers are far more open to hiring neurodiverse workers than ever before. So according to this new research, nearly half of employers are open to hiring workers who identify as being neurodiverse, but there are still significant numbers for whom it raises concerns, who are unsure how to approach this topic, or who claim to be neutral on neurodiversity, and it doesn't enter into their decision making. So let's clarify. According to the Canadian Centre for Diversity and Inclusion, the CCDI, neurodivergence is having a style of neurocognitive functioning that is significantly different from what is considered to be typical by societal standards. That is, thinking, behaving, or learning differently than those standards. For example, some people might need to do some kind of repetitive movement, often called stimming, in order to pay attention in class. Neurodivergence generally includes people with autism, ADHD, OCD, dyspraxia, dyslexia, dyscalculia, or Tourette's, but may also identify with just others who might identify with the term. While employers may be more inclined to hire neurodiverse workers, half of neurodivergent employees surveyed felt that informing their employers about their neurodivergent status might limit opportunities for career progression or have other negative repercussions, such as being viewed differently in the workplace. This was noted by a study titled Breaking Down Barriers, Improving Workplace Experience for Neurodivergent Canadians that was published by the Conference Board of Canada in partnership with the Future Skills Centre. Now, the 2025 Mental Health and Employability Report produced by Resume Genius found that 86% of hiring managers wouldn't be affected or would feel positive about an employee disclosing their neurodivergence, including conditions like ADHD, anxiety, or autism. In fact, 44% of them said it reflects honesty and self-awareness, while 42% said it wouldn't have any impact on their hiring decisions. Now, these findings come despite reports of discrimination during recruitment. In the United Kingdom, for example, research by Zurich last year revealed that neurodivergent adults have been discriminated against by a hiring manager or recruiter because of their neurodiversity. This includes 31% of respondents who said that their application was not taken any further after they disclosed their neurodiversity. Meanwhile, in Norway, research in 2021 found that job applicants who disclose their mental health problems as an explanation of a gap year are about 27% less likely to be invited for a job interview. They are also 22% less likely to receive any expression of employer interest other than applicants without mental health challenges, than other applicants with mental health challenges. So the good news here is that younger managers are more likely to be open to inclusive hiring. According to this latest Resume Genius report, there's a shifting outlook on neurodiversity in workplaces, particularly among younger hiring managers. Nearly half of Gen Z managers, so 48%, said neurodiversity disclosure reflects positively on the candidate, while only 11% see it negatively. This is also the case for millennial hiring managers, where 44% see it as positive and only 5% see it in a negative light. The openness among younger hiring managers comes, as the report noted, that they are more likely to receive training in mental health in their organizations. According to the report, 47% of Gen Z and 45% of millennial hiring managers said that they received mental health awareness training at work. This was much higher than Gen X, where it was only 33%, or baby boomers, where only 31% had received this training. So let's ask ourselves, how can employers support a neurodivergent workforce? Well, there's lots of ways to support a neurodivergent workforce. The Canadian Centre for Diversity and Inclusion introduces 3 areas of consideration: flexibility, clear communication, and listening to employee needs. So let's start off with flexibility. Flexibility can be important for neurodivergent workers as it allows them to structure their workday according to their unique work styles and peaks in productivity, or to choose a work location that is more suitable to their needs, which enables them to be more productive. So let's talk about those two pieces specifically. Schedule flexibility. Neurodivergent employees may have different needs when it comes to work schedules. Offering flexible work schedules like adjustable start and end times can help accommodate varying needs and improve work-life balance. 2. Workplace flexibility. Employers should consider offering remote or hybrid work arrangements to provide neurodivergent employees with a comfortable and less stimulating work environment. Remote work can help them reduce potential sensory triggers present in a traditional office setting. It allows employees to focus better and be more productive. So that's flexibility. Let's talk about clear communication. Clarity in communication can be crucial for neurodivergent employees. Some people may interpret language or social cues differently, making it a challenge for them to understand vague expectations or instructions. Ambiguous instructions can be a trigger for anxiety for individuals who find uncertainty or unpredictability particularly stressful. So let's talk about areas of communication. Communicating expectations. Employers who clearly communicate performance expectations and job-related tasks to neurodivergent employees will be more successful. Providing written guides, visual aids, and checklists to help clarify expectations and also helps reduce misunderstandings. Providing clear instructions. Employers should break down tasks into manageable steps and provide clear, concise instructions. They should avoid using ambiguous language or jargon and be open to answering questions or providing additional clarification as needed. When changes occur, employers should keep neurodivergent employees informed about any changes in procedures, policies, expectations, or workplace dynamics. Sudden changes can be more distressing for individuals who thrive on routine, so providing advance notice and explaining the reasons behind the changes can help ease this transition. And the last piece is listening to employee needs. Everyone has different needs, whether neurodivergent or neurotypical. By seeking out and listening to individual employee needs, employers can provide personalized support and accommodations that enable them and each employee to perform and contribute to the best of their potential. So how do we listen to people's needs? Formal accommodations. Employers should be adaptive and open to providing formal accommodations to neurodivergent employees as needed. This may be making physical modifications to the workplace, like replacing overstimulating lighting, providing assistive technologies, and offering other kinds of flexibility that we've already talked about. Then there's informal requests. Employers should encourage neurodivergent employees to voice their needs and preferences through informal channels. Create a culture where employees feel comfortable discussing their challenges and seeking assistance from supervisors or colleagues without fear of judgment or stigma. And the last piece is feedback mechanisms. Employers should implement feedback mechanisms such as surveys, suggestion boxes, or regular check-ins to gather input from neurodivergent employees and everyone else about their experiences at work. They should use this feedback to identify areas for improvement and make necessary adjustments to better support a neurodiverse workforce. At the core of neurodiversity is the idea that people think and react differently to the world. In order to help employees thrive in the workplace, it's essential to be adaptable to those differences. The practices that we've suggested here would not only help employees who are neurodivergent, they also benefit everyone else. By accommodating these cognitive styles and providing support for neurodivergent employees, organizations can unlock the full potential of their workforce. They can build a culture of empathy, understanding, and respect. So the Conference Board of Canada prepared a list of ways that employers can take, as strategies employers can take to make their hiring process more inclusive of neurodivergent candidates. And also, again, I feel like everyone else. Number 1, provide interview questions in advance. Now, employers are reluctant to do this, but the truth is, if people are better preparing for their interview, it says something about them as an employee. So I really encourage employers to share interview questions ahead of time. 2, provide multiple options for participating in an interview when appropriate. Maybe in person, maybe virtually, maybe over the phone, maybe over email. 3rd, avoid abstract or behavioral questions. For instance, if you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be? By the way, I have an answer for that a little bit later on. Number 4, focus on a skills match rather than a personality match. 5, provide job seekers with hands-on opportunities to demonstrate their skills. And 6, writing clear, skills-based job postings that avoid ambiguous language, such as a good culture fit. Now, I believe these are great suggestions about how employers can hire neurodivergent employees, but I also think it's just a great strategy for hiring employees overall. When marketing neurodivergent clients or students to employers, it seems clear that the best pathway to focus on is in education and training. Given that younger managers are more likely to hire workers because they have more experience and training in supporting neurodivergent workers, we should seek opportunities to share this training with the community. If you don't provide supports exclusively to neurodivergent individuals, you may want to work with a local disability organization to develop a local course for employers. This can be an in-house training session or a workshop hosted on a YouTube channel. You may also want to conduct a lunch hour training session at your local Chamber of Commerce, your Board of Trade, your Business Improvement Association, or a Rotary Club. While neurodivergence might be a challenge for your clients need to mitigate, taking these steps is all about setting them up for success in securing a job and excelling in that job once they have it. As with all challenges, this should not be the focus of your conversation with employers. For all of your clients, our conversation with employers should focus on their unique strengths and the abilities each client brings to the workplace. Thank you so much for joining us. Please click the like or subscribe button in the platform. We'd also love it if you could rate or review this podcast. We do these sessions live and for free every Monday morning with job developers from across Canada, and we'd love it if you could join us each Monday. Just go to jobdevelopment.org to learn more. If you have any questions, send us an email at info@jobdevelopment.org. Thank you so much for your time. Have an amazing week.